fun night of just RPing what they do on their days off. Let's have everyone introduce themselves. I am the GM, Rosebudd, as well as Gotcha. Next we've got...
I am Quinn, and I'm playing Masquerade, also Elijah.
I'm playing... Well, first off, hi, I'm Jack. Nice to meet y'all. I'm playing Highspeed, a.k.a. Staff Sergeant Wilson Wynn, or a.k.a. Wilson Wynn Wilchester. The fastest man alive in World War II veteran.
Alleged fact. Okay. So, we'll start the day off. So you guys got done fighting. Nidhogg had an incident where he went cuckoo bananas, we'll say. And after a valiant team up of everyone just throwing hits at him, he finally passed out, and you guys kind of saved the day for it. Most of you spent the night drinking, which, fuck yeah. And then you all kind of went to bed. Who would have woken up the earliest? Okay, Highspeed saying he does. What time would that be?
4 a.m. after...
4 a.m. Okay.
I'm assuming we... Oh, wait, no. I'm assuming I would to bed near the 24-hour mark of the 30-hour day. So...
You probably went to bed at about the midnight that you would be normal to. So, yeah, you went to bed about the 24th hour.
So I woke up at 2 a.m.
Thinking used to your normal routine.
That's near 6 a.m.
Alright, so you wake up and it's pitch black. You see the clock on in the room and it says 2 a.m.
Oh. First time that's ever happened. Well, I wonder what there is to eat. Hungry. He gets up, looks around the room a little bit for a light switch. Something old school like a lamp, can't find anything. Hey! Someone help me with the lights!
How far are our rooms away from each other?
Each room's soundproof anyway, so you wouldn't be able to hear bleeding sound, but you're both gonna be on, let's see, if I remember right, I said you were on the 3rd floor, something like that?
I think so.
The 5th?
The 5th, I think it was.
I think
fifth.
your lab's on the 3rd, your housing's on the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
So you're both housing on the same level. So I would say you would be about, a few hundred feet away. You'd have to go down a couple of hallways most likely.
Mm-hmm. So we're far anyway.
You're pretty far away.
My character feels the wall, try to find the door. And I'm assuming it just kind of opens when I lean towards it.
In this situation, no. It would actually wait for you to give it a command because it's after hours, so it's set to be locked and only answer or only open to when you tell it to. But you fondle around and roll a what is it? Awareness check, please.
11.
Yeah, so you easily find this. What you would equate to a switch, it's more of like those slide dials that turns the lights on into a fade. You accidentally just swipe on it and it turns all your lights on and you can see everything.
Okay. I look around some more. I look at what I'm still wearing and I'm still in the bright blue costume with red and white stripes all over it. I look around, try to find some clothes. But what do I see? While I'm looking for clothes.
Yeah, so you're looking around and you see kind of the normal staples of a living room. There's, you've got a closet, you've got a dresser with doors that you would assume you can pull open and find some type of clothing possibly, assuming that it would be stocked, of course. But yeah, you can look around and kind of look through all your drawers. You would find in the dresser, if you looked into it, a kind of like a tight shirt, more like a jogging shirt. Very aerodynamic, would be great. You get the feeling that it was designed specifically for you. And that is in 3 different colors. You have the red, the white, and the blue.
Hell yeah.
You have basically these joggers that are same kind of material and very form-fitting as well.
Okay.
All you have like 3 different pairs, all in black.
Okay.
Then you would see off to the side, you would see like a few shoes that you could wear as well. Most
Okay.
of them are single color, but there's one that has 3 colors.
Okay. I just grabbed the red shirt and the pair of joggers and just the first pair of shoes off the wall. I kind of put them all on. I'm like, well, it's 2 a.m. Everyone's probably still asleep. There's got to be a training ground somewhere. I'm gonna go find it. I go back over to the door and I'm just pushing on it, and I try to just phase through it since I cannot figure out how to open it.
Roll a what would we call that? You're trying to use a power you don't have.
No.
Again,
I've used it twice already.
but you don't technically have
Ooh.
the ability to accurately do it. You
You're
can
right.
attempt to, and you could get stuck in between the doors.
Oh, that's gonna be
So you-
embarrassing. Will that kill me?
I mean, we could definitely make it kill you.
I'd rather not.
So yeah, you would definitely more. You would probably just keep staring and like trying to push all these weird little buttons that aren't really buttons, but then you find things that are buttons that don't look like buttons. You just keep pressing everything, and you're like, I just want you to open, and you say that, and it opens.
Well, fucking finally, I go out into the hallway. I look for any sort of employees who are working a night shift, some night security guard or something. And I go up to the first security guy I see.
Well, make an awareness check to see if you see anybody. And then you got
14.
a 14.
Yeah, plus a 4, so 18.
Okay. Roll again, and then that'll determine which direction you end up going.
It is 19.
Okay, so you head up the north of the hallway, and you see somebody eventually walking by after you take a couple of turns. It's a pretty big campus. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies to walk through, and you see that there's somebody who's dressed in all black, got a bulletproof vest essentially, and then a couple of like assault weapons, things like that.
Okay.
And you gather that they're definitely just like a night security, sweeping every floor, the
Yeah.
floor that they're assigned to.
Okay. I approach him just like, hey, I'm looking for some kind of training room. I woke up, everyone's still asleep. You know where that is at?
Yeah, so he turns around and he's like, yeah, I'm surprised you're up. Are you going to be doing some late night vigilante? Most of the rooms are closed for now. Most of them open at about 4 to 5 o'clock.
Oh,
Otherwise, the city's always got things happening. It's open 24/7. You can go out and kind of explore the world if you wanted to.
all right. Well, I don't think these clothes are made for out and about. They're more training. I'm not used to this place. Can you like help me at least like get orientated? Is there any like food around? Because I'm starving.
Yeah, so he has like a little like wrist like communicator that he can use to like pull up maps and stuff like that in case he needs to get somewhere specifically. He pulls up a map, kind of shows. He's like, yeah, so you go down 4 floors to the second floor. You'll find the cafeteria on that level. It's open. I don't know what they've got this late at night, but they're open. Otherwise, you can go out into the we'll call it the fancy district, the one closest to us.
Yeah.
And they've got some very upkeepy restaurants there that you can explore and find some good food.
I don't have any money. I don't even know what you guys would qualify as money here. Can you lead me to the cafeteria?
Gotta stay on this floor, but like I said, just head to the second floor and somebody there could probably find you. If not, you can give Wilhelm a call and he might be able to.
Who's Wilhelm?
Don't remember Mr. Wilhelm?
Never met a guy named Wilhelm. I know Quickie McGee and Hunan.
Weird.
And then
Okay.
obviously my teammates.
Well, okay. Then I'm not sure how you can contact him, but he's the one who would steward anybody around here, so Yeah, and he just kind of walks off because he's still got to keep patrolling, so
Alright.
he just keeps moving.
Thanks. I just kind of wave him. Shit,
As
alright.
they walk away, they give you a little like peace sign as they're walking away.
I start walking down to the second floor, trying not to use my super speed right now. So I
You
still
find it
don't-
hard because you just move so quickly that even your what you think is like slow walking speed is like Olympic speed runner.
Yeah.
Speeds.
Okay.
But yeah, you slowly make your way down to the second floor. It's pretty dark because most of the training centers on this floor are turned off. They're not open yet. You keep going down this long corridor and you see the dimly lit cafeteria with the single overnight chef waiting to take an order.
I'm assuming there's like a bar area, kind of like how a cafe has those ones.
Yeah, there's like a sit-at bar. That's kind
Okay.
of where you would have that's where you would have gotten a drink earlier
okay.
that night. Is in the cafeteria.
I go sit down there and I look to him. I was like, "Hey, what do you guys got to eat right now?"
Well, I make just about anything. I don't got a lot of veggies right now, but we've got a shepherd's pie made
Ooh.
with real shepherd.
Okay. I guess I have to explain. I'm not from this world. What is a shepherd?
From this world. Where are you from, spaceman?
Well, different universe. I guess I'm from Earth, specifically the United States of America.
I'm sorry I asked. But yeah, so shepherd's like, it looks like this very puffy cloud-like thing. It's just really massive.
Lamb. That's what we call it back home. Okay.
Land? No.
Lamb.
No, we
It's
don't
a
eat
bee.
the land.
It's a bee at the end. A lamb.
There's a bee? No. No, not. I guess we'll just go with it. We'll call it a lamb peppered pie.
It's still called
Yeah.
a shepherd's pie back home, but we don't call the meat in it shepherd. We call it. Just forget it. Give me that.
All right, well, I'll get right on it, stranger. It'll be about 20 minutes.
Thank you. I kind of sit there and I look at the clock and staring at it while I'm waiting for my food. I wonder how people sleep with 30 hours. That's weird. I start talking to myself. I lean over the bar and I just grab like a bottle, just open it, start pouring myself a drink.
What time did we go to sleep?
He went at about midnight his time, so 24 hours.
Mhm.
You can choose what time you would have gone to bed.
Well, probably the same time.
You,
'Cause
you had, I was going to say, I think you and Gotcha did a few things maybe a little bit afterwards, but yeah, you pretty much went to bed about the same time.
so it would have been midnight to 2, so he slept for
6 hours.
okay.
It wouldn't be midnight because that would be 30 hours. That's
Right.
midnight.
And yeah, the mid hour of the day for that would be 30. He's used to the 24, so he just went to bed what his body felt was normal,
Mm-hmm.
and then he still had the extra hours.
Okay.
So you woke up pretty close to 1, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily everything outside in the city is pretty much open. In the tower, things are a little more restricted. But
I would imagine so.
um,
I start just drinking from the bottle because I'm. What the hell's taking so long? It doesn't take that long to make a shepherd's pie.
30 minutes pass, and you hear roll a awareness check actually.
3 with a 4, so that's 7.
Yeah, so you don't really hear much until a pan drops and you hear this fuck as like something either hit him or something like that. And then he quickly runs out with the pan on his head still, and he comes out. He's like, "Here's that shepherd pie," and it's like a 10-inch round like pie.
I wasn't expecting that. Shit, alright. I pull it towards me, I grab a fork, and just start going to town on it.
Yeah, and you probably finish in like 10 seconds because of how quickly you were so hungry and just you eat so quickly that you just finished that whole thing in a matter of minutes.
How am I still hungry? That's weird. Should ask that science weirdo about it. Can I get another one of these to go up to my room? Do you guys do that
Time to
here?
go?
Yeah.
You gotta kind of eat it here, but that shouldn't be a problem for you.
I just hand him back the pan. It's like, sorry.
Grabs the thing. No worries, I'm used to fast eaters. Have you seen Hellion eat those eggs? As he runs back, and he starts preparing another shepherd pie. But yeah, and then you're just sitting there again, 20, 30, 40 minutes past.
A whole like hour has been since I've been awake.
Exactly. Yeah, you've been awake for like an hour and a half now, just waiting, like mostly waiting for shepherd pie, and then taking 2 minutes to finish the whole thing.
Yeah.
He comes out again, and he's got the pie, and he's like, "Oh, here you go," and he just throws it on your table again. He's like, "I'll be back in 2 minutes to take care of it for you."
Thank you. I try to eat it slower this time, but I'm
I'm
so hungry. I'm
It's
just
so good.
downing it.
You loved it, and you just cannot stop eating.
I look to the chef. I'm like, can I get caffeinated sugar water? I don't know what you guys call that. We call it soda back home. Pop.
So it's carbonated and sugary.
And a drink. It's like your alcohol here, but not alcohol. I don't actually know if y'all call that alcohol, but
Oh, you mean the boozy water?
yeah. I want sugary flavored water that's carbonated.
Carbonated. Okay. I guess I could make an old drink like that. We haven't had any of those in a long time, but yeah, let me go dig out in the back of the freezer. Maybe there's something stuff there. And he disappears, and he's actually quick this time. He runs out there and just you hear a lot of clinking and bottles and other things just breaking and throwing on the floor. He's like, "This is out of date. Nope, nope." And then you just hear like silence as like he just like disappears.
Yeah.
Then a minute later comes back and he's running. He's like, "Oh, I found this one. They called him Old Sarsaparilla." And he just like lightly tosses it to you, knowing you'll catch it.
I catch it. Is it a glass bottle or is it like a tin?
It's a glass bottle in the shape of a tin.
Ah, so like this, but glass. Okay.
Yeah.
I look at it. I try to figure out how to open it, and then I just kind of do what I would do with a soda can. I pop it. Does that work?
Yeah, it's got a
It
tab
pops
at the
up,
top
okay.
there.
Sniff it real quick. Just okay. Take a sip. Woo! Ah. Definitely miss that taste. I put it down. Well, that kind of tastes like fuck. What is it called? Ah. It's on the tip of my tongue. Their cans are red back home. Nah, whatever. It's fine. I take another sip. That's pretty good. I down the whole thing and then I see a trash can. I just toss it to it. I'm gonna go wake up that science nerd.
Roll an attack roll to see if you make it into the trash can.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, am I attacking the guy?
No, you're just throwing the bottle, and I want to see if you make it.
If I miss this, do I hit him?
Possibly depends on how bad it is.
Shit. Do I get to add anything to it?
What did you roll?
A 5?
I mean, it would be. I think you're fighting. You could add your fighting to it.
I mean, that's only a 2, so it's a 7.
So, yeah, if you go to like just throw the bottle into the trash, you completely miss, and it hits the corner, ricochets off, and hits the chef on the way as he's walking into the kitchen again. Hits him in the back of the head as he just falls forward.
I'm like, oh shit! I brush over to him real quick. I'm like, I shake him like, hey, you good?
Just run over to it next time. Fuck.
Sorry. Fuck. Let me help you up. I'll get you to a medic.
I don't need that. I don't need that bullshit. What the fuck? And he just pushes you away. Like, just go wherever you're gonna go. Right. He just like runs into the kitchen. You hear him run into the freezer, slam the door, and you just hear shouting.
I pick up the glass tin. I'm just surprised it didn't shatter. I can just go put it lightly in the trash. To help him out, to make him feel better, I run through the kitchen real quick with like a cleaning rag and I shine everything down real quick for him. I'm like, sorry again. And I just take off out of the kitchen.
All right. Perfect. So you're gonna go try and wake up the science
I'm gonna
nerd
find his
at,
room.
Like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Would you have been awake at this time normally or no?
I think around 3, I would have started looking at the notes from Dr. Cull. So
Okay.
I'll be in the room, but I'll just be going through, trying
All
to
the
make
notes that you had
sense.
before?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Do I know where his room is? Could have asked someone for it.
I mean, if you could remember who Mr. Wilhelm was, yes,
Oh, shit, you're right.
you could ask him. He could, like the guard said, he can direct you to anywhere.
Fair.
He's the pseudo butler. He's the only human non-AI, like, working representative there, who would know everything other than
Okay.
the AI. So yeah, so you're up at 3,
hmm
and you start studying.
Yeah.
You start looking over these notes.
Uh-huh.
You started realizing earlier before all this heroing and all this bullshit you're not used to happening, you were realizing that Dr. Cole was needing you for whatever reason, and you're not entirely sure, but you know it's related to the new bacteria that you guys discovered very recently. And you see that there's some things that are the runes that you're used to, and you're trying to connect all these things. Roll an intelligence check to see how quickly you can start deciphering this again.
Intellect?
Yes.
Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
Plus, and then if you want to add your modifier.
Plus 5, so 25.
Perfect. So, yeah, it only takes you about an hour, but you kind of crack that there's something the bacteria is able to grab onto and latch onto as it does its usual bacterial thing of working. So yeah, and you realize that whatever it is, you have whatever she's needing for this project that you're now hearing as Cull clone. You see that pop up very frequently throughout these notes. You're not sure what that fully means, other than what the 2 words literally mean, but you're not sure how that applies to what you're currently working on. So that's what you gather from what info you were able to take pictures of, study earlier. So an hour passes. It's now like 4 o'clock.
I'm assuming he knocks by then.
Make a
Which one of us?
Highspeed. Please make a presence check.
18. Plus 3, so 21.
Okay, so 21. Awesome. So yeah, you kind of run around and you find basically like an infographic that talks about floors and what each floor primarily has. Doesn't go into full details on like you go to this location, you'll find this, but it's like you need a medic, you go to this floor. You need something like this, you go to this floor.
Okay.
And you see that all living quarters are between floor 5 and 7 for this first section of the tower. So you would know that somewhere on there is there. And luckily with your speed, you kind of you go quickly around, and eventually you just kind of find a door and you just give it a knock.
It looks like slightly decorated with like red glitter on it.
You see the light on, and you see you see some like light red glittering coming from underneath, and you're like, man, that seems about right.
I knock on the door.
Ooh. I'll get up and I'll say open through the door. You see the door open and I am just disheveled like mad scientist. Yes?
First time I've seen you without your mask on. It's weird.
Are you your Highspeed?
Yeah.
My real name's Elijah, by the way, and I'll reach my hand out to shake it.
How the fuck?
All right, well, we're gonna take a quick break because
Hold
the
on.
numbers got out somehow.
How the fuck?
I'm impressed. So I'll reach my hand out to shake your hand. Elijah?
Bill. Nice to meet you.
Did you need something?
Yeah, why am I eating so fucking much? It's weird. You had a weird theory about my metabolism or something?
Okay, so most people, I mean everyone, a molecule of glucose. Okay. You need a lot of food to make a lot of energy. Energy you use is ATP.
Just get down to the basics. I don't do science.
You need a lot of food to be able to survive.
Okay.
So you'll probably be needing to eat a lot, or you can eat a lot of fats and proteins. Those tend to store energy better than sugars.
No wonder that shepherd's pie tasted so good.
But I also wanted to do some experiments because you being able to run so fast doesn't necessarily make sense with most people's biology. So if you'd allow me to, I would like to run some tests.
No. I'm good.
No.
I don't do tests. I'm sorry.
Well, you wouldn't be doing anything. I would be doing it.
What do you need from me then?
Maybe collecting carbon dioxide that you release to see if there's any compounds in there. Maybe doing a blood sample. There's also things I could do. I just need to have a baseline. I need to. I want to know how your metabolism works, and I think that could help me help you find food that'll help you better.
Okay. Fuck it. Alright, I'm not busy.
Well, luckily, I have my own lab, and I'm studying bacteria right now, but I will, let's go down there. And I'll lead him to the 3rd floor,
Yes.
where my
Yep,
lab
so
is.
You guys make your way to the 3rd floor.
This is probably excruciating for him because I am walking very slow and explaining every bit of research that I've been doing.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be. Like,
For the audience at home that couldn't hear him, he said, I'm doing laps around him while he's explaining all the sciencey shit.
So I've been doing a lot of research on this bacteria called Geobacter, and the point of researching it was supposed to create a new renewable energy source. But apparently, the head researcher, Dr. Cole, had some other ideas for it, like cloning.
I just kind of stopped listening and I put my arm on one of the railings and just almost fall asleep while listening to you explain.
Are you having a sugar crash? This is pretty interesting stuff.
I rubbed my eyes real quick. No. I'm just super fucking bored. I could record your voice or just have you talk me to sleep. It'd be great.
I've been told I have a nice voice.
No, you're just extremely boring. I'm sorry.
Okay, well...
And I come from an alternate universe, apparently.
Oh yeah, that's physics stuff. We can deal with that later. Although I am interested to see if the humans on your universe are different than the humans here. But I would need a larger sample size than you, and I feel like that might be unethical to create a hole in the dimensional time barrier. Anyway, here's my lab.
I hear that word, and I immediately just... My brain puts, like, a weird image in it of, like, a weird, like, world-ending disaster. I'm like... I don't know what you mean, but that sounds horrible.
Probably. You probably messed up something.
I didn't do shit. I just... I'll get into that later. That's...
So I'll take him into my lab.
Yeah, and as you do, there's a guard outside your door. It's one that you recognize.
Hi, in generals!
It's High in Generals. He's now guarding your door, and as he comes by, he's like, "Oh, welcome, Mr. Masquerade."
Hi, you were the guard before that I talked to. Do you remember me?
Oh yeah, I remember you. You gave me your card. That way, that's actually how I got the job. Is I said, yeah, I knew the Masquerade. And they're like, oh, you know him already? Then you should just work for his lab. I tried to get my friend to come, but they fired him.
What? Why did they fire him?
He was a little aggressive.
Fair. He wasn't very helpful.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that too. What he does.
Are you? Are you?
Full of presents, man.
18.
Hold on. So, you just see as he kind of just looks off to the left, and he's just like, "Gee, what do I tell him? I'm not really him right now. What I should say if I'm just like, yes, I'm on mortar, or just bait it out a little more, get some more lube for him." Yeah, I mean, I don't fucking know.
Do I see him turn?
Yes, you see him turn to like the left, like past you guys, and he's just looking off into space.
Highspeed looks to him, looks at where he's looking. The fuck are you looking at?
Oh, I'm talking to the game master.
Game master?
Yeah, this is all. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's all just game. But
Okay.
yeah, so yeah,
good.
you know, yeah, I'm on mortar.
So was that you?
What are you talking about?
The one who I was talking to? Don't ask what
Somebody?
mortar is. I'm not going to explain it to you. I turn away from Highspeed.
I just sit there confused about the whole GM thing, and then
If you're still wondering, like, what do you mean this is just a game?
the fuck?
Was I texting you last night?
Make a awareness check.
Do I have to do one?
I'm doing good. 22.
No, not at all. As you see, like, sweat starts to, like, drip out of his face mask that is covering his eyes and everything. You see the sweat dripping as he says this.
I rolled a nat 20, and I'd like to quickly use it on presence, and then just be like, you know, you look like someone back home. Your last name Reynolds by any chance?
Would he be alive when you were?
I mean, yeah, that is technically my last name.
Can I smack him across the face?
I'm making an attack roll.
Fuck, it's 3.
But you go to smack him, and he looks again off to the side, like, just give me a moment, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him real quick. And he turns back to you, Highspeed. He's like, hi, as he just ducks underneath, and he makes an attack himself with his sword. And he goes to like swipe at you and just completely like misses you.
Where did you get the sword from?
Oh, it was a nice gift from Munin.
Was he wearing it on his back?
Yeah,
Or,
he had it on his back.
Never mind.
He's got an assault rifle as well as a pistol attached to his side.
Well, it was good to meet you. I guess I'll see you a lot more.
I'm just there behind him. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
My room is 5102. Sure.
Yeah,
by the
we'll
way,
check with the GM on that.
if you wanna, hang out sometime, I think he'll have a heart attack if he knows what's happening. So please be careful.
He doesn't know we're gay?
Do you know what gay people are?
Yes! We have those back home. This motherfucker back home fucked my brother, though. I'll fucking kill him.
Did he?
I did.
In my
GM,
universe.
did I do that?
In my universe. Stop! There is no GM. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
We'll see you. We'll see you later.
Yep, I'm gonna be here all night, just
Mr.
watching the door.
Jennings.
Turns and stares at the door.
Yeah, the door's open.
See you later. And I kind of like awkwardly inch into my lab.
Yep, you all walk into your lab, and you see all of the machines you could ever want. The most high, it's literally like you've been given the best equipment that's ever been built, top of the line equipment. You even have in the back, you see there's a replica of Dr. Cole's lair that's been recreated from the remaining pieces that they got from the research lab.
Okay. So I'm gonna go and see if I can find a bag, like a medical bag. And I'm gonna like breathe into this.
I just stare around and then I'm like, oh. Just blow into
And then
it.
I'll close it. And then run in place really fast.
Uh-oh. I like the sound of that. What did you roll?
I rolled a 10, but because I don't know how to control my powers, I have a debuff technically.
Yeah, so roll again.
It's an 11.
Okay, so yeah, it was a 10.
Okay, so
Take your lower number. So, yeah, you start running in place, and you swear you see a mouse. And you just have to, like, jump up real quick to get out of the way.
I jump up and do I go through a wall or something? Do I like run
Break
into
my
a wall?
lab. I just got into it.
Do I need to roll to see if I like
Roll
run
to
into
see,
a
I guess
wall?
you can roll to see if you fly somewhere, or if you...
Oh,
if you're
shit.
that bad. What was it?
19.
Okay. No, you don't necessarily
Oh, okay.
fly anywhere. You just kind of jump straight up, and you touch the roof with your head, but you don't necessarily break through, and you land right back where you were, and you look around.
Breathe. More. Thank you. I'm gonna run gas spec on this.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I'll spend 10 minutes explaining gas spectroscopy.
I'm on the floor laying down at this point, just
This will be the first test I do. I'm not going to do it now because I also have to. This should be stable for it. No, I should do it now. It's not. I'll like start explaining the stability of this sample. I'll do that first. Give me a second.
I find the mouse that scared me and I just like use it like a teddy bear and I fall asleep on the floor.
I don't actually know what results this would give me. So I will come up with the actual results later.
Yeah, so just roll. Let's roll in intelligence to see how long it will take for the data to be cycled through the computer.
15.
15, and that's with your intellect mod.
Mm-hmm.
And then add actually do the technology one because you're using machine to run the numbers for you.
Oh, so that's +8. So
Would it be the 15 plus 8?
You do your base roll plus the rank of the technology.
oh, just the rank, not the skill roll.
Or yes, sorry, that one is the skill roll, correct.
So then 11.
11 added.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would. If you know that this is going to take a little bit of time, you
Mhm.
probably suspect it to be ready by the second quarter of the day. So while the machine's running, you can kind of keep doing more studies or whatever you'd like.
I need to. Okay, so I have a plan for today. I need to.
I throw the mouse I was holding. What?
I need to do some research in my lab, and then I need to ask my parents about some of Hellion's magical things. But I would like to train at some point. If you would like to teach me, what are you good at?
I'm good at a lot of things.
Well, I know you know how to run, but like what else?
Well, back home I'm a weapons specialist. More specifically, my own universe's weapons, but I also stealth, combatics, hand-to-hand combat.
if you could teach me some stealthy stuff and hand-to-hand combat, I can teach you some tech stuff if you would like.
Cool. Also, who the fuck is Wilhelm, by the way? Some security guy was talking about it.
He's like, he's, what are they called? Like a bellhop.
Okay, cool.
He's on the first floor.
Who?
Wilhelm.
Yes, he is the official butler. You all met him on the first floor.
My character didn't.
He's very
Yes,
funny.
he actually led you guys before Gotcha took ring.
That's right. Shit, I thought my character
He's a
didn't.
very
know.
funny guy because he actually showed. I think he showed you. No. Who was it? It was you.
Mhm.
He showed you. He tried to show you how to get to your place.
But you're more than welcome to stay in the lab if you'd like.
Oh god, no, this place bores me. Reminds me of where I come from. I was working with the. I started explaining my job back home, working with like Oppenheimer in the labs, just being the main NCO of that whole
See,
compound.
But the difference is I'll actually be fascinated in everything he's saying. Like that's so interesting. How high up were you?
I was one of the. I was in charge of a specific group of men, not super high up, but I was considered an NCO, a non-commissioned officer, a staff sergeant specifically.
And this was for a what you call? You said
I was in the army.
the army. Do we have an army?
You are now a part of what would be equatable to an army.
What do they just call them superheroes here?
It's just supers or heroes or.
We just have supers. We don't have
Okay, so I know you guys have police. That's got to be a thing in every universe, right?
Yeah, there is. You
Because my
Masq
character
would
doesn't.
know that every city's got its own police force because supers are only involved with supers activities. So if a super villain comes by and does stuff, that's when supers will get involved. Otherwise, they traditionally don't meddle with base humans because it's dangerous for any base human.
Yeah. But so imagine the police force times 10. Back home, we would go into battle against other countries. Specifically, we were at war with a country called Germany, who were trying to take over the world. Nazis are what they were called. Enslaving a lot of people and killing thousands.
Your world sounds like it sucks. Congratulations
Thanks, I
on
guess.
showing up here. It's much better.
Well, I mean, I
Um,
left my wife and kid there, so fuck you, I guess.
Oh, you had a wife and kid. I would abandon my kid too. Don't worry.
I didn't want to.
Oh.
I just stare at him like I want to beat you up now.
Well, congratulations on showing up here, and condolences for everything else.
Thank
Your world sounds like it sucks. Hopefully, it gets better in the next 40 years. What year were you in?
1945.
Yeah, so hopefully there's equality in the 2000s, and there's no oppression.
Well, I mean,
Hopefully
black
everything's
people were able
resolved.
to join the army, which for a while was weird.
Is there racism in this universe?
Gotta check, you know?
I would say that there probably is some form of racism. At this point, it would be more superism, so normal people having prejudice against people of superpowers, and many superpowered people having prejudice against non-superhero people, basically seeing that they are weaker.
Okay.
We have no form of oppression. I have superpowers, so I probably don't know.
I look to them and I just say, you are full of shit.
Yeah, there's a little bit, but like, It doesn't sound as bad as yours. Anyway, I'm gonna do some testing.
We find Hellion waking up after the first day after his hero training, which he still finds hilarious, and it's still just going to be the long haul con, not meant to be permanent. It's just how he's going to get through this moment in life. You wake up and you see that there's a message on your smart screen in your room.
Ah, okay.
That
On my phone? I don't have a phone.
no, you don't. But on your smart screen, you see a message pop up that's from Munin himself, asking you to come down to the door, and Wilhelm will lead you to the secret whereabouts of where Nidhogg is to discuss what happened.
Okay.
So essentially, you know that if you try to leave this room, somebody's outside the door waiting for you.
Okay.
So you can do anything you need to before then, and you can wait you could wait. But
There's really no point to put it off, so I'm probably gonna I saunter and I put on my clothing because I could walk around naked, but that's on Tuesdays. I don't know.
and it's not a Tuesday.
No, not Tuesday. I'm gonna open my door and see if they're waiting for me right now.
Yep, you see as Wilhelm is standing by the door, holding a silver platter that's got 2 giant bottles of whiskey.
Fantastic. I say without even saying good morning to him, I take the bottles and just start downing it.
He looks at you and is like, "I figured Seb would want something a little stronger than coffee today."
I never drink coffee. Stuff stunts your growth.
Apparently, as he looks you up. Are you ready to go?
Freddy is I'm never going to be. And as we're walking, I'm still nursing one of the bottles, and I'm like, so, how is Hog?
I think you will see soon enough. He is not himself.
Fantastic. He's not going to be himself for a while.
And you guys go to the elevator. You see that Wilhelm opens up a panel that's not accessible to the naked eye. And he types in a combination, and you guys go take an elevator ride deep down into the earth. It feels much deeper than where the underground training grounds are. And you come to a stop, and you exit out, and you see a dimly lit room, and you do see Notmare, Yorman, and you do see Munin, all in this dimly lit viewing room, and straight across you can see a window that you can look down into essentially a cell. And in this cell area, you see Nidhogg currently strapped to a table, and he is just screaming profanities and basically demanding Hellion's bones and blood and every part of your anatomy.
It's really weird to be on this side of the viewing. Normally, I've got the people looking in at me behind the mirror glass. So, yeah, but at the same time, I also kind of know what's inside Nidhogg right now, so I'm surprisingly not, quirky. I'm just gonna stand there and wait for one of the people there to notice I'm there.
Yeah, and the door opens, and you walk in here, and everyone's still just kind of looking. Everyone's just looking at him, and you hear Munin speak up, and he goes, "How How could this have happened? He's Nidhogg. He's got the hammer of justice.
No more of that. Oh. At that moment, Hellion goes, well, that's the thing. Nidhogg might be, super strong. Not the greatest mental gymnast I've ever met, though.
He may not have been the best, but I thought with his innate abilities, he wouldn't fall to something like this. But he's in a very strange, bloody rampage.
Well, I can guarantee you right now, it's because it's his body. That's not Nidhogg right now. You know that, Munin. Seriously. What are you trying to prove by pretending you have no idea what's going on right now?
It's more of how. We've been keeping track of this guy, and he's been nowhere near this town. We'll have to look into it some more. For now, do you know of anything that can stop this?
I walk forward and I kind of think about like how I've experienced this before, because I don't think it's the first time. I recognize it. I don't think it's the first time Smith has sent other people influenced by his will after me. So can I roll a what would be the equivalent to memory?
Intelligence is what I've been equating it to.
I guess.
Do you have, I think they call it Edict Memory, which gives you a +5 circumstance to recalling events.
Would it be insight? Like if I kind of no, that's not
An insight into your mind palace, maybe.
Yeah, I'll just roll intelligence and hope I get something good.
I'd say at an advantage.
Okay, yeah.
Because like you
18.
said, it's something you've encountered before, most likely.
Right.
So what you got? 19?
18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah, you see this in your only response has been to eliminate.
Mm-hmm.
You know that there's really no communication that can be done while they're in this state currently. You look down and you do see that Nidhogg is at least in half control.
Mm-hmm.
As you see that his eye, he still has one eye that looks like the eye you're normally looking at, and not the demon-possessed one. You do know that you remember there being, essentially, to a technical standpoint, like a broadcast power for his controlling abilities. And that people who are having a strong will or having a strong anger towards somebody is more likely to fail. So you know that since you've kind of been goading Nidhogg, you've mentally made him more aggravated at you, which you're now realizing may have kind of sparked some of this inadvertently.
Right. Then think about it for a minute. I'm like, well, if you say Mr. Smith isn't anywhere near here, or at least hasn't been showing up on your doohickey scanners, then it's obvious he's using a totem. It's something he does occasionally. He uses magic to impose his will elsewhere. I won't be surprised if he's got some technology now mixed up in it, since the 80s at least. Yeah, it's, at the moment, Nidhogg is putting up a pretty decent fight for his mind, his soul. If we find the totem, it'll be like crushing the radio tower if we take it down. So if you want to save Hammerhead, you just gotta break where the signal's coming from.
And you see as Munin thinks and looks, and he just stares, and he's like,
Interesting.
Well, if that's all you needed, I'm gonna go back and have a decent breakfast. Later, I turn around and start to leave.
And you hear me, and he's like, "We will be in touch soon, my friend." And you're free to go have breakfast.
Okay.
You make your way to the
Egg bar, the amazing egg
the
bar.
amazing egg bar. But yes, you go to essentially the cafeteria where the egg bar is. You have the Chef Ramsay work in the kitchen, and he's got a special today.
Oh.
I gotta pull up that fun thing,
Cool.
but you'll get a bonus for it.
Nice.
Let's see what that is. Give me one moment.
It's a dumb question while you look it up. You Elden Ring?
What?
Have you played Elden Ring?
No.
Have you had an opportunity to, or the tech to?
Mm-mm.
Oh, touche. What?
So on the special board, you see Nidhogg's clam chowder is the special for today. It says anybody who gets this will feel a burst of stamina throughout the day. You can feel free to order anything else off the menu, but that is the special. Is Nidhogg's chowder, and who could have asked for a better luck roll?
Yeah. In honor of Nidhogg, we have made him a chowder.
We made the favorite chowder.
Ram's eye. I woke up this morning and all new. Chowder for Nidhogg. Finally, some good fucking food. Yeah, I guess it's serendipitous. So yeah, that's what I'll take. Also order a shit ton of eggs because like I love their egg bar. Yeah. Also, what sizes does the chowder come in?
So you order the special, and you sit there and you wait a little bit, and then you see as a giant snail with a platter on the top comes out with essentially a 10-gallon stew pot full of just chowder just for you.
A snail.
A giant snail.
I can't believe this is what you're hung up on.
Yep, a giant snail.
Oh, it's yeah. I'll tell you where that came from in a minute, but okay. Is the snail a regular here? Have I seen them working the
It's an animal.
Oh, okay.
It's not
so-
a person.
Oh, okay.
It's Ramsay's personal pet.
Oh. Nifty. Okay, yeah, as it brings over the small bowl to feed, like, a whole army, nice. And I guess I tip the snail?
You can tip the snail.
Okay, I give it one of my eggs.
The snail grabs it, and you see as it slowly brings it to its mouth area, and much. You see as it just kind of turns one eye to you and does a very slow blink, and then disappears.
What the hell just happened? What the hell is he putting in this chowder? Okay, I will eat my eggs and morning chowder. Now, we talked about this too. What is the makeup of chowder in this reality? Because I know we did the whole thing with what's a shepherd's pie?
So it's still a creamy soup.
Right. Okay. Just different kinds of
Just
clam.
different kind of clam-like crustaceans and stuff like that.
Cool.
And if you are ready, I believe taquitos are too.
Okay, let me roll real quickly to see if I like it. What would that be? You think it would be
That would be awareness because it's a sense.
Okay. 10. It's okay.
Yeah, you're like, I can taste the justice.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm not a fan of justice, but do like the cream attack.
So after you enjoy your chowder, you see as Norman shows up, and
I check to see if there's anything in my teeth. I check my breath. Yeah, it still smells like death. Okay.
she walks up and she's like, "All right, well, we got some reports of a new monolith out in the middle of nowhere. Kind of describes the totem you were telling us about."
Yeah. Well, might as well do. I can't even say do some good. It's just like it catches in my throat. Might as well do something, right?
Yeah. So, Ian wants you to join me and Notmare and figure out what's going on over there.
I'm sorry. What?
You, me, Notmare, taking out this monolith.
No can do. We actually got a pretty busy day today. So you have good luck with that. I say as I try to cover my ass.
She looks at you and is like, "Oh, now what does somebody like you do on a free day?"
Oh, plan for free days, non-free days, and mostly to see how many beers I can drink.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to join us. Union's orders and the bomb in your chest.
You know, the thing that's happening to Nidhogg, it's not going to be that easy to fix. We're not going to be able to break this thing, and boom, he'll be back. It just won't be transmitted into his soul or brain anymore. So, I mean, like, isn't this about the time you guys started looking for new members?
Well, right now we're not too worried about him. You should be more worried about yourself if this doesn't work out well, though.
How do you figure? Yeah, I'm trying to lie. I'm trying to hide that they don't know something. That's an 8.
For you, trying to hide something? Or?
Yeah, deception.
Oh, yeah. Well, what are you trying to deceive from her?
I'm trying to hide that I'm... Yeah, I think I'm trying to hide that I'm scared. Like, if she asked me outright, I would flat out deny it. But I'm trying to hide that I'm interested in this at all because it's closer to home for me.
Okay.
And also that I know that there's something more going on that... I haven't told anyone else that Smith has come to me in my visions. To their knowledge, the first time I've interacted with Mr. Smith in a long time was when he possessed Nihawk.
Mm-hmm. So, she looks you over with a little, like, fire in her hand. She's like, "Oh, come on, don't tell me you're getting a little cold feet on me."
You know that it's physically impossible for me to get that. And they're not feet, they're hooves.
Nah, close enough. I've never heard of Hellion being a one to run away from a fight, though.
Hold on a second, who says I'm running away? I'm just not running towards.
Yeah, which isn't that kind of your whole thing? Like with you trying to sign the the wall again.
I don't, I didn't want to. I didn't want to. That was my choice.
You see a... Did she have a mask that you could see her face? Or is it completely covered? I can't remember.
It was that, it was like kind of that full kind of Vega mask.
So yeah, you wouldn't see anything then.
Right. But yeah, so I
So-
chose not to because I'm a hero now, you know, and heroes don't do that sort of thing.
Well, if you feel like being a real hero, you should come join me and Nomir, of course. But we'll be heading down. Got a pretty cool vehicle. You can hang out in the turret on the top.
As she says, if you want to be a real hero, he actually kind of seriouses up and he goes, I am not a real hero. If you think you're going to guilt trip me into this, do it right. But this, I motion around to Starling Tower. I'm not here for the perks, even though this is a fantastic egg bar. The chowder's kind of subpar today. But I'm not here by choice. And I tap the bong.
She gives you another look over. It's like, well, you didn't have to say yes on the contract. But that's up to you. It's not an official motion from Union, but we just figured since it's kind of something up your alley, you might be interested in it.
I do kind of think about it for a minute. And, she's about to leave the room. I wolf down the rest of my eggs, and then follow her out of the cafeteria.
Yeah. So you follow her, and she doesn't say anything as you join her. You guys you walk to the vehicle hangar. You see the you see a very large combat jeep like vehicle, big wide opening in the back with a attached turret that's manned by somebody who would be back there.
Mm-hmm.
You find a good spot in the back there that you kind of take the whole trunk area. You just sit back and you see that there's already a beer and a bottle waiting for you.
I think, if I may, I'm not sure who put it there, but I think it'd be hilarious if it said, "Good luck on your first solo mission, honey. Gotcha." And that's kind of the moment when he actually kind of started to warm up to her. Not that it's like, "Oh, what you thinking about me?" but just like, "Oh, bitch, she's got a good sense of humor." If you want that. Or if you have a plan for it. Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I walk in and help myself to the beer as we take off. Really, really trying not to let my thoughts wander to what we might possibly find waiting for us at the transmitter station.
No. Yeah, but it's a pretty long drive. You guys head almost directly west towards the mountains. And we go back to Highspeed. Quinn was just running his test on all those boring things you weren't paying attention to. And now, what would you like to do?
Okay. I run out of the lab really quick.
Okay.
And on my way running past, I just trip.
Make an attack roll. Plus, I think you've got advanced trip.
Yeah. So it's an 8 plus my fighting, which makes it a 10. Advanced trip, so no faults done. I just trip Reynolds when I zip past him.
You in total rolled a 10.
Yeah.
You rolled just high enough.
Shit.
So you go to trip him, and you hear him whisper, and he's like, "Oh, thanks, GM," as he kicks his leg up real quick as you try to do it, and you just slide past him again. And he's like, "Ha ha!"
You want to come in here, Reynolds? You need to secure the lab from the inside, too.
Make a, I guess that would be, what would you Persuasion?
I guess.
You're trying to persuade him into it.
Ooh. 20. Slutty 20.
Ugh.
He's like, sure. I mean, yeah. I guess I can do a quick sweep of the room here. As he just kind of struts in, like unknowingly, like what you're trying to do.
So I'm going to sit him down and I'm going to just explain all of my research to him. And I'm going to do all my experiments, and just force him to watch me do it. And that's me flirting.
So yeah, he'll just sit there for probably the next like 2-3 hours of you explaining everything that's going on in your lab right then and there, and he'll just kind of sit around and just kind of be like, huh.
How many times does he turn to the camera?
How many times?
Yeah.
I mean, you could just
I mean,
say.
he only begs the DM to. He's going, what's happening? And just about 4 times. That's it.
Okay.
I think of that one clip from the video game. Just
So I think things are going well. He only asked 4 times. So.
I mean, it could be worse. There were the total of 20 options that he could have done it.
So I'm going
So it was
to.
about once every hour, he was just like, what's happening to the DM or the GM?
I'm gonna specifically do research into how the bacteria is related to me.
Sure.
Do I have to roll for that?
Yeah. Yep, you're going to roll an intelligence with are you going to use a device to try and expedite the process, or is this all just mental power?
Well, my minion will be plating bacteria for me because I made plater hands for him.
Oh, very nice.
And I will also be using a lot of machines for analysis.
Sure. So
and-
yeah, use the technology.
Mhm.
Rank roll, or the whatever that one's called,
So
with your roll, and then we'll see how long it takes you to work on the specifics of what could be causing, what would be the correlation between you and the geobacter. It's going to be a hard one because you don't have a lot of idea of what's happening yet.
Mhm.
But you're pretty smart. You've already you broke her code in a night, so you're pretty damn smart. You can figure it out. It's going to take some time, but whatever your role is, will take from basically a full, say like 2 days worth of time
Mhm.
of like a normal person trying to do it.
So it's another unnatural 20.
But
a slutty 20.
Slutty 20, yeah.
So it's straight slutty 20.
It was a 12 plus 8.
Perfect. So
yeah.
A
slutty 20.
slutty.
Perfect then.
A slutty 20
So yeah, I
is
would
more
say
than
that
one.
you know that this is going to take a while, even with all your tech help. You having to figure out, you're still having to break apart this code that's so random and very mixed up between like the words that she's using. She's
Okay.
using runes. She's using normal
Mhm.
common, as well as this like almost what feels like made up,
Mhm.
like just
Hmm.
like squiggles of a mad person. So you're still trying to figure out all these direct things. You know that'll probably take you about the rest of the day.
The whole
The whole
3 things?
the whole remaining of the 30 hours. And in order for you and your robots who can work while you're doing other things,
Oh, okay.
will take about a full day worth without you being fully there.
Okay. So,
Sorry, go ahead.
well, I was going to go into the next part of my day. That's the first 10 hours.
My character comes in, looks at like what they're reading. Does any of it look familiar from my world?
Any of the
And any of like the lettering, or other than common, because I'm assuming that's just English.
you would equate it to English. It looks like English letters, but not necessarily in the same order that you would
Yeah.
be traditionally used.
Instead of A after E.
There's
or
a
I
whole
before E,
exactly.
it's-
There's just a whole different set of rules for that, but
Right.
you would recognize the letter.
Okay. Would I recognize any any Russian lettering or German lettering, like specialized symbols from my world?
Roll a awareness check.
I also do have a proficiency in language. Actually, wait. Oh, I would use languages, right?
If that gives you a plus modifier, yes, you would add that as well.
Okay, so it added the intelligence and then add the 1 from this, right? So it's
If
this.
it's an advantage, you can use the final block on the advantage list, which shows you these what is it, the skill roll. That's both of those added together. So
Got
if you just use the language, it will give both.
Got it. Okay. Oh, that's very good. And then it's investigation. You said. Right.
It would just I was gonna do just an awareness, but you were adding the language, so
So. It's a 10.
10.
Yeah.
I would say some of them look familiar to Russian script, but it would be once again that very out of order for the world you were in.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent again, but it's not exact.
Yeah. Can I like point out like certain letters from like the Russian thing? Like, oh, that's a B.
Yeah, I thought you ran off though.
Oh no, because I came back
You
in.
came back after a just run around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to like, oh, that's a B. I didn't know you guys had Russian on this world.
While you were doing your random run around though, you got lost and you ran into a facility that had a bunch of animals, almost looking like a zoo, but like no walls, nothing keeping the animals in. They're not fighting each other or anything. And you can feel free to explore this a little bit while High in General is being told about every aspect of
So
geofactors.
this is pre me running
pre,
into the realm.
This is pre you running back in there because
Time
there
jumps,
was,
yeah.
there was a random incident that could happen and then you failed. So you made it to the in-house zoo while you were just running around. And you can look in if you like. The door's open, so somebody is there.
The lights are the lights on in there.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
start looking around like.
But I would say at this point it's about
6 in the morning.
6 in the morning. So yeah, lights are starting to come on. Your early morning people are starting to get to work and working.
I just look at all the animals like these do not look like anything where I'm from. I start just running in, looking around, seeing if I could find someone to ask questions about these animals to. Do I have 18? Would it be awareness?
Yeah,
That is a slutty 22.
perfect. Yeah, so you take a quick lap down just to see if you recognize any of the animals. They look like chimeras of animals that you would have at home. So just a combination of multiple animals together.
It's a turtle duck.
You've got dogs with actual like horns on their head like a unicorn. You've got cats with wings that fly like birds. So you're seeing all these animals and they look similar, but they have so many extra features from other different animals, and you can tell that you would in your head just assume that they're like mutated animals from your world.
Yeah.
In your mind. And then on your way back, you see a shorter lady dressed in like an all black suit, big nasty chain that looks like it would hurt if she whips it at you. And do you go up to her or do you just leave?
I like on the other side of the river from her.
You're now like making your way back to the front entrance.
Oh, she's between me and the door.
She's essentially next to the door. She heard it open, you ran in, and so she kind of turned around from where she was and was going to look at somebody who was supposed to be at the door. Okay, give me a moment. Basically, it looks like a zoo. You're on your way back. You can make the opportunity to just either stop and talk to the person that you see, or you can just run out. You're fast enough that you could just kind of escape.
I look at her. I'm like, hi. Can you tell me anything about these? I don't know if word's gotten around yet. I'm not from here. These look very familiar, like hybrids from where I'm from.
She looks at you and she goes, "Yeah, this is my rescue that I do to take care of. Some mutant animals, some super animals, but they've all got powers in one way or another. They don't even necessarily look a lot like our normal animals. But that's my job. I'm here to, keep all these animals and figure out what caused it and see if there's something I can do to stop it."
I put up my hand. I'm like, I'm called Highspeed. Nice to meet you.
She looks at your handout and she kind of scoffs a little, like, "Oh, I've heard of you, Highspeed. They call me Beast Mistress." She kind of does. She doesn't even acknowledge that your hand is out.
I put it back down to my side. Can I do an investigation? Because I feel like something's off with her.
You sure can. What are you trying to discern?
If she's giving weird vibes, and if I need to like feel threatened by her, if she's another hero, something.
Okay.
If I need to feel like she's not who she says she is, pretty much.
Okay.
That's 17 plus investigation. No, I don't have anything. So.
So
17.
just a straight 17.
Yeah.
So
Not slutty,
You
sorry.
see that you just see that she seems more wary of who you are than she's only just heard of you, and she's not entirely sure what your whole spiel is, other than she heard you're also super fast, which in this world most people are annoyed by. So she's just more wary of you, and you can easily discern that. She looks at you and she's like, "I've got a little side mission if you want to take on some extra work."
Well, I mean, I'm not busy for a while until I gotta go check on some lab results for my teammate. Sure.
Well, this is more of when you go out into the world. If you see any weird creatures that are clearly not humans, if you can bring them back here for me, I'll definitely try and make it worth your while.
Okay. I mean, Hellion's right upstairs. I could just go grab him, right?
Hellion's a humanoid, though.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well, shit.
And so, as you're like saying Hellion, you see that her one eye changes colors and turns into what looks like a dog's eye. And immediately you hear barking as a dog runs up and comes next to her. And she's like, "One of these days, maybe you would even be able to have a animal of your choice."
I'll look at the animals. I'm like, not really my speed.
Well, okay. But like I said, you find any weirdos out there that are animals, if you can bring them back here, I'll get you hooked up with something.
All right. I take off running. I go outside of the walls and trying to get some fresh air.
Sure. Yeah, so you're kind of doing laps around the premise of the building, just
Yeah.
kind of seeing the world around you at this point. Do you go outside of the walls of the tower, or do you kind of stay within the tower walls?
I think I would look out at like what's beyond the walls. Debate about it for a second, and I look back at the building. I'm assuming I have like a watch of some kind giving me the time.
Yeah, you probably would have seen a watch while you were getting dressed and probably grabbed it.
I look at the time. I'm like, well, I got like an hour or two still to kill until I get my lab results. Fuck it. I go out into the city, the inner part of it near the tower.
Sure. Yeah, so you kind of stick close to the tower wall, but you still want to see some of the city. You see lots of different things. You see some bakeries, you see restaurants. You make it to the banking district, so you see a whole string of different types of banks, some of varying sizes. You walk past this one that's the biggest bank of them all. And you kind of just keep running around, and you see all sorts of different people starting to wake up, head to their jobs, things like that.
Is anything open, or do I actually?
24 hours or 30 hours a day, baby. Everything's open.
Alright, I go into a bank, and I just look inside and kind of admire it. This is really weird. And I walk back out. Maybe I should grab something to eat. And I go over into one of the 24-hour restaurants.
Sure. So right now it's breakfast time, so you could easily find anything that you want to find. Green eggs and ham, breadfish, bluefish, egg toast.
I'm reading the menu, I'm seeing these, I'm like, what the fuck is a green eggs and ham? Fuck it, alright. I like wave over a waitress or something. I'm like,
Yeah, so you see, but essentially looks like a taller claptrap. roll up to you and he's like, "Hi, friend. What would you like today?"
I look at this robotic being and I'm just, green eggs and ham?
Now you want that extra green or normal green?
Normal green?
Coming right up. Anything else?
Water.
All right. And he just scurries off, leaving a little, like, tire trail. And you're kind of there for a little bit.
Can I look around this, like, diner? Just kind of looking at all the people in and coming in and out of it. What are they, like, wearing? What's, like, the fashion sense, sort of say?
Sure. Roll a presence.
Oh, shit. Wait. That's a
Or not presence, sorry.
Wait.
Awareness.
Okay. 8 and a 4.
Sure, so you see everyone's kind of very, they tend to be monotoned or basically bitone. So there's one or two main colors to their outfits. They look almost like one pieces, but they're just very sleek, very very free moving on them. You would see it as kind of, in your terms, it would feel futuristic, but it's like very normal looking.
Is it similar to, like, what I'm wearing? Like, this weird tank top workout
they
clothing
look like
stuff?
they look like one single piece versions of what you're wearing, and
Okay.
not as tight.
Okay.
Theirs is a little more loose, like a very loose shirt, more than how yours is like a skin tight, almost like vest.
Okay.
So yeah, you're just waiting for your food now.
Can I walk over to one of the patrons sitting, like, hey, can I sit here and chat with y'all?
I mean, sure, you can do that. You walk up to a table and you introduce yourself. Roll a presence.
Ooh, shit. 13.
13. Yeah, so they see that you're dressed a little different, but they're like, "Well, okay, well, maybe you're just somebody special." You know, they don't recognize you as a hero or nothing like that, but they're like, yeah, you can. I've got one spot over there. It's just me today. As you talk to this lone person.
I introduce myself. I'm like, my name's Will. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Will. My name is Marcus.
It's a cool name. What do you do?
I work. I work the night shift, so I'm actually about to go home after some of this coffee and just go to bed.
Nice.
You see, he's just super tired. You see, he's kind of dressed up almost like a construction worker.
Okay.
He's definitely more on he's building
Blue collar side of
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
I look at him like, so do you, like, do buildings or, like, just explain your job to me like I'm an idiot?
Yeah, well, I'm part of the repair crew. When supers get a little too crazy and start breaking stuff, we always gotta fix it somehow. So
Okay.
I'm one of those guys.
Would my character... No. So my character tries to pretend like he agrees with him, like, oh yeah, those supers, always breaking everything, right? Try to, like, play it off.
Sure, make it. I think it's a deception.
Perception? Or
Deception.
persuasion?
Persuasion.
Or
Deception?
would that be deception? Or perception?
One of the rolls. If I can find it.
I had my base
Yes,
value to it,
deception.
right?
That's one of your skills.
Yeah. So I got deception with a base value of 3. A Rex.
So your total roll was?
11. Do I add my skill roll?
Yes.
So 11 and 3, so 14.
Perfect. So, let me see if he notices.
Ooh.
He hears you say this and he's like, yeah. He looks you up and he's like, yeah, you look like one of those supers.
Oh, no. I wouldn't know what to do with powers if I had any. I just kind of look around like, where are my green eggs and ham?
Make another deception. Remember, you do everything faster than a normal person.
Yeah.
So you looking around for like eggs, you go. Where?
I rolled a 17 for my deception, so slutty 20.
He's like, okay, all right. Keep my eyes on you though. And he just sits there and kind of just tells you about the latest issue. He talks about a bank robbery in one of the lower districts out south that he just got done repairing after some weird mutant types came in and started breaking stuff and stole all the money.
Can my character ask him, like, go into more detail about that? If he knows anything? Or
Make a presence check.
18 with a 3, so what? Slutty 21. Oh, why are we calling it that again?
It's just slutty 20 because it's not natural.
I've always heard it just called dirty, but I'm fine with the slutty 20. Okay, so you were trying to
Ask
gain
about
some
the,
more
like-
information.
Yeah.
He looks and he's like, well, I can't get too detailed. Hasn't been fully released yet.
Hmm.
But they're just, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm more of the cleanup guy, but whoever was in there was a lot of like broken, like fragments of shells or something.
Okay. What city? I've never really left Starlight. I'm just
it's
curious.
just down south of
Oh,
the
okay.
city. Just in the southern outskirts. One of the first things out there.
Okay.
Got
Well.
beat up pretty bad. Actually had to put up an entire wall.
That sounds like it sucked.
Yeah, apparently somebody just walked on through.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
big motherfucker apparently.
Red by any chance?
No, horse we got were green.
Oh. All right. Well, it's nice meeting you, Marcus. I haven't got my green eggs in ham yet. And frankly, I'm a little tired myself, so I'm gonna go.
Okay, stranger.
Nice meeting you. I get up and I kind of walk out, and
Yeah, you walk past the table that you had that was set for you, and you see the food there, but you just walk by because at this point you're over it.
Yeah.
Waited. They didn't just see you move, and why did you just give me food?
I go back to the tower and I go put on my red, white, and blue spandex costume,
All right.
and then I head up to his lab.
Yeah, so you were showing around Iron Generals, you were showing him everything you were putting on the flirt, as it could be said. So you finish that part, and you're starting to get the results back from your initial test on Highspeed.
So he shows back up.
This is when I said, "Oh, that's a B in Russian."
Yeah, that's when he starts looking over your notes, and he's like, "Huh, that looks very familiar."
Familiar how?
Oh, it's a language back home called Russian.
Can you help me decode this eventually?
I don't know. I can try. All these words are fucked up.
Yeah.
Letters are weird.
They're fucked up to me too. That's the problem. But if you could help me, that would be great. I did get your results back.
Oh, circle up.
So you have a very low low amount of lactic acid that you're releasing. So there has to be something that's converting the lactic acid, which is why you aren't as sore when you're running fast. Got this through gas spectroscopy. And
My character just stops you before you go on your little rant, just like, you forget, my job was jumping out of flying aircraft back home. I explained that to you, and I'm just trained at running quickly.
Okay, well, you know how you got sore when you ran a lot before and you could only run a short amount of time?
Yeah.
You can run more because now your body is converting lactic acid into maybe another form of energy, or maybe it's just not collecting and building up like most people.
Am I the only person with super speed other than Boarhead?
As far as I know,
Huh.
I have not gotten the chance to test him. I think he's too high up for me to convince him to do that. But you're not important yet. So.
Oh, thanks. Fuck you too.
Um,
Anyway, so I heard about this bank robbery. I'm gonna go check it out. So see ya. And I
Wait.
take off.
okay.
So this point's probably like what, 6-7 o'clock.
Yeah.
You both get a little ping on your communications.
Right as I'm about to start running.
Exactly. And you get a ping from Gotcha. He's like, "Hey guys, I got the results. We passed. So let's make a name, and then we can officially start in a few days."
All right, cool. We should ask Hellion. I've run up I start running the halls again, looking for his room. Do I need to roll to find his room? A nat 20, baby. Let's go.
Disadvantage though.
Shit, you're right.
You have no idea where the fuck you're going.
18.
Okay. Yeah, you check every known living hall, and you don't see it. You don't see any evidence of where he would be. You don't even hear rumblings from people walking in and out talking about how they've seen Hellion or they know that he's nearby. Yada yada.
Yeah.
You don't hear any talks of where Hellion could be,
Huh.
and you don't have any idea of where his room could be.
I try to go on the communicator like, hey, Hellion, any name suggestions? Hellion? Guys, probably. Can we choose our name whenever Hellion gets out of his weird shocked thing that he's going through? He doesn't seem okay.
Are you telling that to everyone?
Yeah, it's on our team's comm.
Sure. Did you want to go? What city am I from?
Masq.
Did you want to go to Madadelphia? Through portal?
No, I'm gonna go investigate that bank robbery.
Okay, don't get killed. I'm gonna go to Madadelphia.
Good luck.
I'm going to send my brothers the money that I owe them, and then say, "Can you take me back home real quick?" I'll text them.
I completely forgot you owed your brothers.
So my brothers' names are Frode and Leif.
So you get a text from, say,
The twins.
okay, you get a text from Leaf right away. He's like, sure, if you send double what you did this time.
It's $120.
I'll send my sister Mia a text. Can you take me home real quick? I'm in Starlink.
She responds like, or you get a quick like auto text back that says, sorry I can't take the phone right now. I'm currently fighting a monster, but I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And then it shows like rocket, 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 smiley face.
I didn't want to do this, but I'm gonna have to talk to her anyway. I'll text my mom. Hey mom, I need to come home real quick. Can you give me a teleport?
Alright, I'll be your sister.
Your mom responds, and it's a very long text explaining like, oh, it's so good to hear from you again. Tell me everything. And she just kind of goes on and on and on and on and on. And then you see at the end, it's like, oh yeah, teleportation. And then, like, a few minutes later, you see this spiral of red sparkle fire almost start emerging from the room.
I'll walk into it. Hey mom, I had some magic questions. You remember Hellion, right?